Hello, welcome back to Sacred Vapes, the channel that aims to bring you the views and experiences of products on the market today, brought to you by an average vapor. Now, a little bit of nostalgia for me today, because going back 4 months ago, the very first video on this channel was the Vaptio Captain Kit, and very interesting device. So as soon as I seen it announced, about a month, 2 months ago, I made sure that I picked one up from Vaptio, and really exciting product, actually, really surprising. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? It's the SuperCape. Now, going back to that video, I remember saying at the time, the Captain was essentially almost a brilliant kit. I mean, it did everything well, but there was a few little things holding it back. So the SuperCape is essentially the revised version of Vaptio's essentially super mods in the hero range. You know, you had the web slinger, you had the super bat, you had the Captain, and now the SuperCape. So you can guess where the inspiration for this has come from. Very interesting device, as I say, and a lot to talk about. But before we get into it, let's give her a vape. Now, what you get in the kit is you get the SuperCape mod, and you get the Paragon tank, the new sub-ohm tank that was released with the second wave of the Captains back in August. So we'll talk about each of them individually. The tank, the Paragon tank, nice big, I think it's 6mm capacity tank. Comes with replaceable 810 drip tip. Comes with bottom airflow. It's a 25mm tank. It comes with mesh coils, 0.2 mesh coils, rated 50 to 80 watts. Top fill, nice and simple. It's a screw-off design, and it reveals 2 giant fill holes with the sort of film in place to stop leaking coming back out again. Screw this back on again. It comes colour matched with each kit. There we go. Now the mod itself, it's a dual 18650 battery device. It comes in a range of different colours. I mean, this is the black design, so it comes with the graffiti sort of man image on it. But the other colour schemes do vary on design. Comes with backlighting, which can be changed. Comes with side fire bar there. Comes with, I'll tell you what that is in a minute, but 2 navigation buttons, the Vaptio colour screen, USB charging port. Back to the button. What is it? I'll show you. It's a magazine clip, just like the Smock Mag, except it's not a gun shape. Go into just wait for it to load up now. 5 clicks turns the device off. You get a power off. There you go. 5 clicks turns it back on. A little bit of a loading screen, and then before he comes on. New atomizer, yes. Always pick that. Now 3 clicks. Now 2 clicks, sorry, getting ahead of himself. 2 clicks sets the power mode. You know, the soft, medium, hard, like preheat setting. 2 clicks will change that. 3 clicks takes you into the menu. So you have a number of different things. You have the mode, the settings, the theme, and back. So you go into mode, you have smart mode, which is the preheat settings, variable wattage mode, TC mode, CCW mode, CCT mode, and bypass mode. So, whoop, I'm picking the wrong one there. Right, so go back into it, put it back onto variable wattage mode. 3 clicks again. It's not working. Okay, here's a con straight away. Right, settings. You have system settings, which are product info and restore. At the bottom of the menu you have a home and you have a back that you can navigate down to, so we'll go back. Mode, which is TC mode, CCW mode, and it just lets you adjust the data that's in there, so how you want, like degrees, Fahrenheit, that sort of thing. Let's go back. Vape time, puff manager, LED settings. You can change the light, colour and mode on that. I mean, I won't go too much into it. It's pretty much the same menu system as the Captain. So if you want a more in-depth review, then go back to that video. I'll link it at the end of this. Display function, which again tells you, I think it's the screensaver that turns that on and off. Language, right, let's come back out now, go into theme, and it's two themes. Yeah. The theme 2 is the red, theme 1 is the blue, so you can pick that, hold the fire button, just go take you back out to the main menu and then back to the main screen. Let's turn this up. I've managed to turn it all the way up to 100 watts there. So sorry, I got caught in a little ramble. So yeah, they're the little details about the SuperCape. So how does it vape? It vapes really, really well. What I'll do is I'll talk about them both together just to give you an idea, because it is very much a kit, a whole kit thing rather than individually, but we'll get into that now. So yeah, get rid of that vapor. So yeah, first pro for me, it feels really well made. The problem with the Captain was that it felt a bit cheaper because it was just plastic. It was the IML printed design. This, it's a lot more metal, a lot more solid, and there's a lot more weight to it. So that, straight away, big pro for me. Next pro is that nice little screensaver. If you missed it then, it just cycles through a few screensavers. There you go. Next pro for me is this magazine. I absolutely love that idea. You know, I absolutely love the mag for it, and the fact that you haven't seen anybody else do that. So Vaptio bringing this back is fantastic for me. I personally think it makes the batteries slightly safer as long as the button release isn't too loose, which in this case, no, you do need to push down on it a little bit. Next pro for me, the menu system is brilliant. I think it's an easy menu system to navigate, especially with the home and the back buttons at the bottom. And yeah, definitely a pro for me. I said it before months ago about the Captain. The menu system, nice and easy, exactly what you want. Plenty of modes to choose from, and you can control the temperature curve as well and the power curve if you so wish. Next pro for me, feels really comfortable. It's a minor annoyance, the fact that it's a right-handed device. So, I mean, me being left-handed means you know, I tend to have the fire button on the near side, so that's going to be a little con for left-handed people. But generally, it does feel really comfortable in the hand. It's not too big. It fires really, really quickly. See? So yeah, I mean, I haven't had any nicks, any marks on it so far, so that's another pro for me. Now onto the tank. The coils are really, really good. It actually, to be honest, it actually surprised me, because going back to the old, I called it the Frogman tank, the Captain tank. Essentially, I mean, that was a decent kit tank, but this, I mean, this was released around about the time as that. The Paragon is actually a really good tank by its own accord, if I'm being honest. The flavour is really, really good. It's nice and sharp, especially through things like fruit flavours. You get a nice, sharp, inhaled taste from them. And it definitely does perform as well. I mean, this coil's lasted a couple of weeks now, and it's still going quite strongly. Really nice vapor production as well for about 75-80 watts. I mean, this is now on 80. I like it at 75 normally, but you don't get any juice collection at the top. So another pro there. Nice big capacity out the box. Always going to be a pro. And the fact that it's top fill, I like the screw off design. So the fact that they've put a screw off design in there is going to be a pro. I'll get to that little expression in a minute though. But overall, yeah, it performs really well. I love the timeout options and the power saving options. The device will shut down at the designated time that you want. That's always a pro for me. Display is lovely. I mean, the camera's not really picking it up properly, but that display is nice and clear, and it's not overloaded. You get a little like rev meter, but you just get the battery indicators, the volts and the ohms, and the power mode that you are vaping at, and that's it. So yeah, they're the pros for me. Battery life as well, about a day and a half. Pretty standard for a mod, dual 18650 mod, but always a pro for me. The fact that it can last as long as other mods out there. Now on to the cons. Well, the mod itself, there isn't really that many cons about it. I mean, one little con for me, don't know if you can hear it, there's a tiny bit of I'd say battery rattle, the battery compartment rattle. So I mean, if you're holding it the bottom down, if you're holding it like that, you don't get any. If you're holding it like that, you do feel a little bit of a rattle. So a little bit of a con there. Next con for me is the navigation buttons being at the top. I'm being superficial when I say that, but I'm used to the buttons being at the bottom of the device. So for me personally, it's a con. For you, it might not be. Next con for me, it's a little bit of a strange one. So take the batteries out. This is probably not going to do it now. I'm filming the review, but if you wait, new atomizer, it always asks you that. Even if it's the exact same tank, even if nothing's changed, it will still ask you if it's a new atomizer. It's a slight annoyance for me, because especially if the device is shut off and you've just picked it up, you turned it back on, want to vape, it's a little bit of annoying that you have to navigate an extra option before you can vape. Next con for me, the expression for the screw off top fill, you are screwing that for quite a while, and I'm not a fan of the sleeve on the top. Wasn't really a fan in the moonshot, not really a fan in this one either. It just makes it a little bit more difficult. You have to take the whole tank off to empty it, which again just takes a little bit of time. Again, it's niggly, but I'm good. For me, it's a con. The other con for the tank, I don't know if it's the tank or the mod. I can't exactly work out what this is, but I'll show you. So if you want to take the tank off, how long did that take? It's either long threading on the tank or it's a very deep 510 pin. Either way, I mean, it doesn't ask me taking the tank off there. It's not asking me if it's a new atomizer. So you can see why I'm saying that option's a con. But yeah, very, very deep 510. So again, it's a little bit of a niggle, but it is a con for me. Finally, the final con for me is this. Sorry, I was trying to recall, and there's no little O-ring on this, so it's quite loose. It's a quite loose drip tip. But other than that, no other complaints about this kit. It does perform really well. So we'll go on to the overall now. And I think this, I mean, it is fair to say this is probably Vaptio's best mod to date. I think they have come on, I said this back 4 months ago, they've come on leaps and bounds. And I think the Captain was an interesting device. It was well worth picking up. But I think this is the real deal now. I think the chipset inside this, the menu system, you know, how quick it fires, you know, that hasn't changed from 4 months ago. But essentially what this is now is a very, very viable mod. And it, especially with the tank in the box, it's very viable as an option. You know, the fact that it's got added weight to it, you know, it feels better. You know, these coils are really, really good for flavour and vapour production, as you can see. And yeah, I would, if you like the look of this, I mean, for me, the big appeals to me was the battery mag and the lights. Although the lights, I know, are trivial, I know. You know, I'm just a sucker for things like that. But yeah, you know, it looks really, really nice, and the colour schemes are really nice. And I say the performs just fantastic. So if you like the look of this device, I'd get it, because if it was made by a more known company, you know, it'd be big. I honestly think it'd be a lot bigger than, it'd be rivaling the likes of Smowens and Vaporetto. You know, that's how good this performs. So that, if you're interested in it, go and pick it up. I mean, what I will say is probably hang on, because UK retailers would probably pick this up and there'll be a massive price difference there from getting it directly from Vaptio. But yeah, definitely, if you like the look of it, go and pick this up. But as always, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Sorry this video was a bit of a ramble. I really didn't mean to have something like that, but I just wanted to talk about this, especially with it being such an interesting device. I just felt there was a lot to talk about. There will be a couple of videos coming up this weekend, as always. I haven't actually decided what I'm bringing you now. The Crown 4 is going to be delayed, because I'm going to be able to bring you my opinions on the mesh coils as well. I'm going to be picking them up this week, so give me a week or so to sample them out. So interesting couple of things I've been using in the meantime. So I'm going to hopefully be able to bring you them this weekend, so keep tuned for that. But as always, stay safe and keep vaping.